Hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Bradbury. If you've not subscribed to our channel, please do. We are now past 1,020 subscribers, and with your help, we can continue to grow. So what we do here on Let's Talk Bradbury is I am slowly going through a 100-story collection of Bradbury stories, reviewing each tale. Today's tale is The Lonely Ones, which appeared originally in 1949 edition of the pulp magazine Startling Stories. In this tale, Drew and Smith are two astronauts. They're on Mars, sitting by a campfire. It is the night before they are set to go home. They've been gone for a year or two, and they're about to begin the long journey home. However, at the end of this time, they are both pretty lonely, and they're dealing with it in different ways. Drew, he's theorizing that if he should meet a Martian woman, his wife at home should understand that, he's under very stressful conditions, and that it would be okay for him to spend the night with this Martian lass. Smith, he is more sullen, more testy, more internalizing his issues. But he reminds Drew that, there's no Martian women, and don't be so sure that your wife's going to forgive you if you bang a woman with green skin. But Drew eventually convinces Smith to go for a walk to help clear their minds. In actuality, he'd already seen footprints in the sand that looked very, very feminine to him, and he theorized that maybe there is a Martian woman nearby, and if we only just follow the tracks, maybe we should find her and be able to spend the night with her. So they follow. They sort to daydream, what's she going to be like? Blue skin, green skin, is she going to look like a human? Is she beautiful? Who will she want? And Drew, like a little boy on the schoolyard, calls dibs. I get dibs on her first. First chance to talk to her, first choice with her. They follow the tracks, eventually leading them into a cave, and by this point they are arguing who's going to get the woman, who gets to have his way with her. Smith pulls out his pistol, and as he's filling it around with no intention of hurting the other guy, it does go off and shoots Drew in the hip. It's at this point, when she doesn't wake up, that this woman who they found laying in a cave, that she's been dead for probably 10,000 years. There's no atmosphere on Mars, and then in their version of Mars, there's no wind. We actually know there is wind on Mars, but there's no wind. So, in fact, these tracks that look so fresh, and this body that looks sort of like a snapshot in time, is in fact many thousands of years old, and they were in fact acting like idiots, fighting over a long dead Martian woman. So they patch up the guy's wound. They hobble back to their camp, to their rocket. They board and they head for home. All of these sort of irrational behavior right at the very tail end of their trip to Mars. So, some quick notes. The main moral of this story, I would say, is we bring our flaws, our human flaws, wherever we go. It's like explorers traveling to new parts of the world, centuries ago, where maybe you're escaping religious persecution or tyranny, but then you basically transplant your own version of that tyranny into the new location. In this case, it's men bringing their jealousy along with them. On a little more lighter note, it is also just a case of boys will be boys. But it also, I think it speaks to the fact that loneliness can do bad things to people. You spend enough time stewing and not really getting that sort of social release with the opposite sex that you're looking for. You begin to turn on your best friend, your brother, your fellow crew member, which is the case between Smith and Drew in this story. It's a little bit cutesy, the tale, but it's also, in its simplicity, it is beautiful. It's a simple little morality tale about the dangers of jealousy, and also the the issue of loneliness, and then just how easily we can turn on each other, but yet in the course of that be turning on each other for no purpose because of the perceived slight being actually completely in their own imagination. And it's very much something that we do here in our world. And I think in a way sort of the internet age and more recently the social media age have really magnified this, because it's so easy to look at somebody's profile on Facebook or wherever, and they've carefully curated the version of them that they want the public to see. So then if you're sitting on the other end of that line looking at that profile, you can sort of get a misconception of what is actually going on. And then, you know, people have developed feuds over misconceptions, and that's certainly what is going on here in The Lonely Ones, originally from 1949 in Startling Stories by, of course, Ray Bradbury. All right, guys, thank you for listening. I'll be back maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, with a review of The Finnegan, the latest tale in this collection. And then we will continue on from there. But in the meantime, subscribe, check out some of our other videos, and I'll see you again soon.